Hey guys, welcome to this episode of the AniMango TokuCast. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have
Cinder Blaze.
And Makotoa.
And I'm out of breath. And today we're going to be reviewing for you Kamen Build episode 32. And again. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
Yep, cool.
Yep.
And that's the review.
I mean, we had some interesting things happen. One that I wasn't expecting was the choice that Grease made when he was being sort of blackmailed.
That was pretty big.
Yeah.
Like, one thing I really like about this episode overall is, like, it kind of, like, you know, like, everything you would expect would happen didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, for Grease, like, you expected him to kind of, like, betray the group again to go save, like, the people, like, he holds dear.
Wait,
that the other
what do you mean
people
again?
don't really know. What?
What do you mean again? Did he betray
Like, I'm pretty sure that this happened with one of the... one of his lackeys, where he
he was pressured to go and save him at the cost of his own life, not betraying the other guys. I think.
No, I think, like, I remember, like, them doing some kind of feint where, like, he was possibly, like, kind of doing something, you know, on his own, but it ended up being for, like, you know, their benefit anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But that was, like, an easy moment where it's like, they took, like, the secondary writer's sister or whatever, and he has to betray the main writer to go save her. You know, typical things like that.
They decided to go the more interesting route. And sure, it didn't really end in too many consequences, but I'm glad he was sort of rewarded for those actions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, like, when I was watching that part of the episode, I'm like, wait, like, would you actually go do that? Like, that's obviously a trap. The power is all in, like, their hand. It sucks. But at least, like, Gentoku kind of, like, stepped up, and I wish he stepped up a little bit better and just destroyed that stupid-ass remote.
Yeah, he slapped it out of his hand, and then
but
maybe easily used your little pew-pew-pew.
Maybe in his mind, like, he's better kept on that side as somewhat of a mole than not. You know what I mean?
I mean...
that moment where, like, Starscream runs and kicks him in the face.
That was funny.
That was.
But, like, that's not even a kill switch. That's a light electric shock switch.
Maybe it has, like, it has some different dials on it, so he could...
Yeah, I know, but, like, if you're trying to set a precedent, right? You've got to kill him. Otherwise, like, he knows that he can do this sort of thing again. He can defy Starscream again.
I don't know.
He'll just take it.
They've got quite an investment in his power.
Yeah,
that's fair, but, like, I don't know, because, like, it didn't really feel like there were any consequences to those actions. They just let him run free. How does that look?
Kicked in the face.
Okay.
That was most of his arc of becoming super edgy.
Yeah. This is the way. No, this is good for him because now he's gonna get another power up, right? Every time he gets, like, beat up while he's on the ground.
Like, every time he gets shamed, like, you turn it into strength.
It depresses me that he has more forms than Grease. In total, he has more forms than Grease.
I mean, I think he deserves more form than Grease, because Grease has kind of just been, like, a one-note character for a while.
He made a very interesting decision this episode. I feel like he deserves a new form!
Yeah, he could get one, but I feel like he's kind of, like, missed opportunity to get a relevant power-up, because, like, there's no real feasible way he would get a power-up that would make sense at this point.
I mean, they could somehow distill those bottles made out of the essence of his friends into the new form or something.
I mean, if anything, that might be it. Or it'll turn into a freaking ghost situation all over again, where Alon had this power up where his what were they, like monkeys or something? They just
Okay,
showed
no,
up
no,
with
no, no. That's not a power up. That's just using the gimmick.
that was real dumb.
No, it's just a form change. It was not a power up.
That was so dumb.
Yeah, like he might get one, honestly, because of like, you know, when he did see like the villagers kind of like rush towards him like in the later half of the episode. Like, I'm not sure if he really felt guilty. Like, he might have, you know, been overwhelmed with joy, but you know, there's part of him kind of thinking that like, oh, I actually wasn't there to save him. You know, it's his fault, like Mitoku's fault that like they're all alive in the first place.
Yeah,
you know, like maybe he
was...
feels guilty that he was the one actually actually saving them.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like if the show decided, okay, hey, we're going to have Grease turn on them and do this, like do something selfish, then obviously it would follow that he would not be able to save his people anyway. But he did something selfless, and somehow he was able to save his people. Like, he was rewarded for that, and it sort of felt like the writers were rewarding themselves for writing something different for once. And I was okay with it because I was surprised, I was shocked, and I was relieved. And I was happy. Like, this only made me happy, and I like it. I
Here
don't
to
know.
see our boss. You
Yeah!
guys, what
It was awesome.
Poor old
And
lady
I-
trying to hop the fence. Doing so. God, that got me so bad. Also, like on the same note, like at the beginning of the episode with with Sawa and like Misora like turning off the lights, just making like that whole mysterious air kind of like intensify. And then he's like, "Wait, what's going on?" And then like while Banjo's making that protein and ramen mix,
Best
over
match.
the laptop. Psst, I don't think Banjo's human. And he's like, "Oh, Banjo says you're not human."
Like, come on, we got stuff to do. What do you guys? Come on.
yeah, that was great.
Oh man, I love it, and
Marvelous.
I love how so like, cause like it. What is it? Sento's had moments where he's wavered, but like he was so sure. It's really odd when you have a main character that always knows exactly what to do. Then the show gets boring. But like most times, he knows exactly what to do, and it keeps the show fresh and interesting. I feel like it's because he still does have those vulnerable moments. You see where he has faults, and you know that he's stronger in other parts. So where he is, he's able to excel, and it still makes sense.
Yeah, and like any problem that Sento really has as a character doesn't last long. It's usually like a really like episode specific thing, like one problem they deal with in one specific episode. And
but
maybe he doesn't
to be fair,
resolve it.
It's a really heavy thing to deal with still. Like, we still get heavy topics, and he still has to get over them. You know?
Yeah.
It's not like we've gone through nothing. It is tough stuff.
Yeah, and like the way he kind of like handled Banjo's kind of like quote mystery, I loved it because like in his eyes, what does it matter that he's like an alien?
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
He's still his little like knuckle brain.
Oh, he's widow knuckle brain.
Oh, man. Are you gonna cry?
I don't know. I think like Misora and Sento kind of keep him as a house pet. Like sometimes it does feel like that. Especially like the way he's super bright-eyed with like all these shiny toys. He's kind of like wagging his tail theoretically.
Yeah, and like again, he didn't have to say anything. Like Sento didn't have to say anything to get him to stand up again and fight, because he knew, like Sento knew that being human don't even matter. You're a Kamen Rider, you fight for justice, that is who you are. And he was so sure of Banjo that he didn't need to say something. And Banjo didn't need anything from him. He could stand on his own 2 feet. The character could stand on his own without the main character. Sure, he, like, learn from him, but now he's able to stand on his own. And I feel like that's really the strength they put into these side characters, the strength of the character they put in there, you know.
Yeah, and like one thing I kind of like noticed during the flashback, Banjo's kind of been there from like the very beginning, you know, like.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize like how much like it kind of like strengthened his character, because like that whole bond he has with the rest of them, like it like really feels like, you know, he's kind of like human in a way, even though technically he's not. I feel like if he was one of those secondary writers that kind of like walked into the series like episode 8 or something a little bit later, it would feel a little bit more different, you know?
Yeah.
He's just like kind of like this outsider who just came in and he's kind of with them, but
or just like a plot element to shake up the main cast.
Yeah, like that, and like
yeah.
Sometimes like they don't like interact with every single problem, but like Banjo's there every single episode, every single problem that Sento has or Misora has, he's like there dealing with it with them, you know?
Yeah, but even then, to their credit, they did that with Grease as well, and they managed to integrate him into the family. You know what I mean? Like, there were, I feel like, some points where it was just an element brought in to shake up the status quo, but he became just this essential part to them. Sort of.
Kind of.
Almost.
I think, like, he's not there.
They're doing a better job than most.
Yeah, like, they had that one scene that showed them all together, and like, hey, look at them, they're like one giant family, but, like, he's also kind of, like, off on his own a lot. So, like, I mean, I don't think they'll have too many scenes like that together, so it's nice to have it while the plot allows for it.
Yeah, that's true, but like he's still also an actual character. Again, not a plot point, but a character, because he's got his own motivations. He even has his own family. You know,
he had his own little story arc this episode.
Yeah, and it's interesting because like lesser shows would just let, once you're done with a character's plot, just let him exist in the background. Stay here. So, again, lesser shows have done it. This show can pull it off.
Lesser shows have kind of kept that character in the spotlight, even though they shouldn't be in the spotlight. And Spectre, I freaking hate you for killing Ghost. I mean, you've been single-handed. There's so many other things.
I was thinking Spectre, too. I really, like, this whole time I was thinking Spectre.
Yeah, like, I think Spectre's the reason I like Banjo more than... more than I should. I mean, like, he's a great character, but like
so much better than Spectre.
Yeah, and
Priest is so much better than Spectre, man. Like,
there are a lot of things better.
I don't want to like rack on other series. I'll focus on this one. If we have anything left for this episode, at least.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Good.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, what? No.
What?
Okay, cool. Anyways, guys, I think that just about does it for us. If you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe. You know the drill. Also, I want to make sure you guys know, Legacy Wars, play it. Head to our alliance, Mango Sentai, go Mango, all one word. I want to play. Megazords are up. They're doing the Megazord thing now. So friggin' play it. Join our alliance. And we'll do a thing about it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Discord! Wait, I keep forgetting to plug that too. We have a Discord. Do that as well. Also, I also want to say, since Bomb Fuzz, I know you watched this, I am absolutely sorry I forgot to participate in the last League event in friggin' Legacy Wars. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. Keep it juicy.
See ya.
Later.
Oh, you went with the sentence finishing again.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I was like, when you're saying that, I'm like, what the hell is Legacy Wars?
Yeah.
I looked up. The first thing I see is
Power Rangers
3.4 out of 5. I'm just like, makes sense.